Just two adjacent girls living in a lovely world. They took a podcast train going anywhere, but kind of specifically through Austin, Texas. Yeah, hook 'em horns.
Adjacent, very near, next to, or touching. Our tailgate is adjacent to the left field fence. ADJACENT, adjacent.
Welcome, guys. Here we are, ATX in the house. We are at a new recording place, so I'm excited to try this. We have a new guy, Johnny, helping us. All right. But more importantly, we have one of our besties. Shelly, introduce somebody who's adjacently famous to us, somebody that is famously beautiful and amazing and the most giving person that we probably know. And who is it?
I mean, I call her Lovey. I love her so much. Luressa. It took me a long time to learn how to say her name. Luressa Smith. Sam the Bull's love of his life. She's a doll, and I'm so grateful to have her in my life. Luressa Smith.
Oh, thanks, guys. What an intro. We just talked about that earlier, about how sometimes people just don't get our names right, and it's okay. I've had people in my lives that have known me for years and years and years and just don't pronounce it right, but that's okay. I get it. All right, so you are a Sagittarius?
I am a Sagittarius. Just had a birthday.
That's right. So we just interviewed another Sagittarius, but I cannot believe you guys are super adventurous. You love like getting out and exploring and being in the horizons, enjoying your freedom, resisting rules. Is that true about you?
I'm full follower doing tea, right? Yeah, maybe I'm not a typical Sagittarian.
I think I'm the same way. Like as a Pisces, they say weird things about me, and I'm like, no, I'm not.
I'm very much a full follower. I like to go with the flow. I don't like to rock the boat.
Oh my gosh, I get it. Because, but it also says that you're very passionate. I could see that about you.
Maybe. It depends.
And you're full of energy and enthusiasm, and then you're opinionated at times.
Maybe I was.
So sometimes our signs do not match who we are. And I find that about mine. Shelly will say that it nails me to the T. Shelly's, however, the Virgo, she is definitely all Virgo, 100%. Like, I think that's what she needs to get on her sleeve, on her butt.
That's what you should.
Virgo. You need to get a Virgo tattoo.
That above the peach.
That'll be next. All right. So you're married to Sam the Bull Smith.
That's right.
And you have some kiddos who are all your kiddos.
They are. Even if I didn't give birth to them, they're mine. We have 5 for a blended family.
I love that. 4 boys and 1 girl. Name them and tell me their ages.
So Philip is the oldest. He's 37. And then comes the twins, Preston and Megan, and they're 32. And then Garrett, who's 31. And then Hayden, who's 21.
Wow.
Wow. Up there. So you can tell which one's his, mine, and ours. So we have 1 together.
Oh. Do you have any grandbabies?
We have 9 grandbabies, and 2 of them are with
I'm so jealous.
We have 9 grandbabies. The oldest is 19, and the youngest is going to be 2 next month.
Okay, how did you and Shelly meet? I want to know.
We met through Bunko.
No.
And at that time, Hayden was in kindergarten. He's now 21, so I'll tell you how that was. Oh, yeah, we were much younger then. So
Much younger.
It's been 16 years, I guess. 17 years we've been friends.
No.
So we met through Bunko.
And I love her.
And I love her.
Oh, okay. Tell me your favorite Bunko memory, because you guys are very resonated together. Shelly, you tell me too. Like, y'all tell me your favorite Bunko memories.
I mean, is it a group in general?
Yeah, like we've had so many good trips and we've done so many fun things. I feel like it's not just one thing. I feel like we have these beautiful times together where we connect consistently, which is so rare. Like we see each other once a month, period, no matter what. And I feel like those times are so important and we're just like, this is valuable. We're gonna invest in it, we're gonna engage in it, and we all put value.
We do. And I think it's harder as we're older and we're adults to make friendships, to make deep friendships. Most of your deep friendships you make as kids and when you're younger. And I think it's really special that we have such a great group. I mean, there's 7 or 8 of us. Yeah. And we have stayed very, very close the whole 16 years. We make it point to, once a month we get together, at least once a month that we get together to have dinner. And then we go on a trip once a year together. We really put effort into our relationship and keep it going, which is great.
So I think that's where the value is. It's like we're gonna make each other a priority, and we're gonna invest, and we text and message each other constantly. We check in, and we're like, "How are you? What's going on?" And we're very engaged with our day-to-day lives, and we lean in. We lean in, and we're like, some of us are empty nesters, some of us are dealing with older parents, some of us are orphans, and we're all leaning in and checking in constantly on each other and just being like, I love you, I see you, I'm here for you. And it's so priceless. Hear that.
That's right.
That's where the good stuff is like, yes, siblings are so important, but your lifelong friendships are priceless.
Uh-oh.
Right.
I feel like Shelly's going to do a public cry right now. She's making that face.
I know.
I'm a crier.
She's the car. She's very emotional. My best friend for my whole life. I had the same best friend since I was 8. Actually, just talked to her today.
Oh my gosh, Shelly loves.
So my best friend since I was 3 years old. It's now been 50 years. We've been best friends. And what's wonderful, she's a lot like Shelly, where she's very emotional. Where I don't show my emotions as much, but she's like the yin to my yang. So this group of girlfriends have really embraced Pam as well. So she, even though she lives several states away, she is part of this group. So
And Pam is now the kind of the mom to my Hayden. That's right. You both have Hayden. And so Pam is in Wyoming. My Hayden is in Wyoming. And because Lou and I love each other and we love Pam, Pam has become Pam mom to Hayden, and Hayden and Pam share a lot of mutual love. Like they love art, they love music, they live in Wyoming, and they're really connecting. And but without this, oh my gosh,
Pam is my fun side. That's what I tell everybody. She's my fun side.
I love
My
that.
personality.
Yay. So let me tell you something about bunco. Bunco originated in the 19th century in England, and it's a confidence game with 8 dice. And then it moved to San Francisco in 1855, and it's basically about rebuilding relationships. And now everybody's moving from bunco to mahjong.
that's right, mahjong.
Mahjong is the new bunco.
Yeah.
And it is intense.
Bring it up to your bricks. Be the mahjong queen.
I will have to do that.
It's pretty intense. But it's about building relationships with women, I think is what it is about. And you guys started as bunco, but then you started doing white trash parties. And then after that, it was traveling together and celebrating each other's birthdays and doing monthly meetups. And then, I mean, you guys have done so much. You've invested in each other. You've invested in each other's businesses. you guys have been like this core group that brings everybody together. And then we all get to be magnets in your love fest over there. So I love it.
But I want to lean in a little bit on it. So we did Bunko, and we all like changed our lives. Like we were in elementary school together, not together, but we all were
in elementary school.
Our kids were in elementary school, and then we went middle school, high school, and now like we're dealing with empty nesting and recreating our marriages and trying to figure all of that out. And now we're grandparents and we have beautiful grandchildren.
By the way, I'm so jealous. I just want one grandkid. I'm so jealous.
They are fun.
Yeah.
And crazy, chaotic 24 hours, but it's been wonderful.
Yes.
And so it's just watching each other. And then on top of it, like our generation is the sandwich generation where we're dealing with very emotional children and grandchildren. And then we're also having to deal with grandparents and end of life stuff. And we're trying to manage that. And so a lot of our friends, we talk about it a lot, is like end of life, like care and hospice and stuff like that. And then also dealing with grandkids, and it's like balancing back and forth.
Shelly, I call it bookends. I call it like beginning of life, end of life. And it's like you have your beginning of life, like child stuff. And then you have your end of life with your grandparents or your parents. And then eventually you'll become the bookend at some point. So I call it bookend friends. It's like friends that have seen you through the beginning of your children's lives to either the end of your parents' lives or the end of your own life. Yeah. That's bookend friends. They're like your best friends for life.
Lifers, like full on lifers. And I'm so grateful. I feel that with Lou is like, I know we're going to be together forever. And
even though I've actually moved away, I don't live in Austin proper anymore.
Where are you living now?
About an hour and 20 minutes north of Austin in a little town called Briggs.
And you came all this way to this,
I know, it's about
amazing studio. I mean, an hour and a half away, but you still feel so connected with everybody that you have been good friends with. And that's the kind of person you are.
Well, and it's the kind of person they are. I mean, I wouldn't do that for just anybody.
That's true. Shelly told us about her Dr. Phil thing. It's like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3.
Oh, that's right. And so Lou moves out to Briggs and immediately finds this beautiful tribe of new friends. And they're phenomenal, and they all lean in, and they're all engaged. And I feel like you're all in the same stage of life.
We are.
Is that right? And then, so it's like this beautiful, like we've been out there, and it's amazing, and we love being out at Lou's ranch. And I mean, it has to be hard to come back to Austin after it. It's like, I mean, I have this group, everything is great, is so phenomenal, and she keeps driving in, and we're so thankful for it. Lou and I have a lot of connections because we've dealt with some same trauma and stuff, and the way Lou handles all of her stuff is so much grace and so much peace.
You're so sweet.
I love that. That's one thing I have to say. You have just this aura of like sweet love and peacefulness about you. Where did this come from? Did this resonate in your childhood?
I think it might have been a little bit of a defense mechanism growing up because she has met my mom. She's not the warmest and fuzziest. And so I think I've always looked for the bright side of every situation. And so it is probably from my childhood, and it's just the way I've learned to deal with things. And I just tend to look at glass half full and everything. I just would rather,
Were you the middle child?
I'm the youngest.
the youngest, like Graham, and you went with the flow and you kind of were a caretaker probably in a lot of ways.
A little bit. I'm very different than my older siblings. I have so we also had a blended family. I have a brother from my dad's first marriage who's 16 years older than me. We never grew up in the same house. And then I have a brother and sister that we did live in the same house, but still a fairly big age difference. My sister was 8 years older than me, but my brother was only 15 months older than me. And they led their lives completely different than I did. And because of the way they led their lives, I was kind of the caretaker. I'm the only one who, kind of went the way you're supposed to go, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they have both since passed. But I was the one there to, pick up the slack when they did pass and take care of their end of life services and everything that needed to be taken care of when they passed and things like that. But my oldest brother and I, even though we weren't raised in the same house, we're so much more alike. And so I actually just spent last weekend with him in Indiana before he flew back home to the Philippines where he lives. So
wow, you have a family that's all over the globe.
all over the place, yeah. But I will say, through all my mom's challenges as being warm and fuzzy, we never missed a meal. We always had our necessities, and my mom was a widow, very young. My dad passed away when I was 7. So,
Oh my God,
really,
7.
yeah. So she really, did what she needed to do back in the 70s.
Survivor,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, and so
And do you celebrate that? Do you obviously you recognize it, that your mom was a powerhouse.
she was, yeah, because I don't know if I could have done it with 3 kids in the house and
Yeah.
a widow and
And the needs of the 3 kids.
Jeez
I mean,
Louise.
yeah.
so there's a reason life turned her that way. That was just
Yeah.
You just never know what people are going through. I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
All right.
And this is
the brush.
this is what I love about Lou. She is a constant reminder of grace.
Okay, I have to ask you where you grew up in Dallas.
Actually, Irving, Texas. I was born and raised. I was actually born in Dallas, but I don't think the hospital in Irving was built yet. So I was born and raised in Irving my whole life.
So tell me, what was it like?
Well, I lived 4 houses down from my bestie Pam until they moved to the condos, which was probably 4 miles away, but seemed forever away. But it was a good childhood. I lived in the same house, and it was great. In that town, there was a park near us that was just a few streets over. And in the summer, the Irving Parks and Rec division would have a camp counselor type person who went to the park, and they had this big shed. They would open it up, and it had like arts and crafts and things like that. So that's what we did every day in the summer. It didn't matter if it was 110 degrees or anything. And I mean, if we were latchkey kids, my mom worked full time. And so my brother and I were just at the park from sunup until sundown with, Pam and several other of our neighbors. And it was a decent life. I mean,
Don't you miss that? Don't you wish they
I do. I wish they had that. And I wish they had that same life where we could go to the park from this time the sun comes up till the sun goes down, no cell phones. And my mom did not really worry. If she did, she'd let on, but she didn't worry. And we came home when the streetlights came on.
When did you become such a Dallas Cowboy fan?
I think just being born and raised in Irving, you just kind of, you have to be a Dallas Cowboys fan. And I've, always been that.
rate your Dallas Cowboy fanship?
I don't know. I don't really watch sports, so I would say maybe a 5 because I just love the Cowboys, and if they win, I'm really happy.
I know, but you married
He's
Seattle.
Seattle Seahawks / Pittsburgh Steelers. Those are his two.
Nah.
I actually graduated high school on the 50-yard line of Texas Stadium.
No.
Yes. So
That is a big one.
the Irving high schools, there was 3 of them, Nimitz, MacArthur, and Irving High. And because we were in the town where the Cowboys played, we all graduated at the Texas Stadium. My sister did in 1983, and then I did in 1990. And I think only one more year after that they were allowed to do that because then ownership changed. And
What do you think about the owner?
now I just wish they would win. That's all I want. I want the Cowboys to win.
Lou has been through a lot. She's been, and this is the grace. Like, she has been through so much. And recently, part of her house
Fire
caught on fire.
burned.
And it
Finally.
and it went like right before Thanksgiving, where she was getting ready to have like
Company.
the big
Big family.
the big I mean, she's been hosting parties and everything since they bought their new house and built it from the ground up. I did. And then they had a fire.
Before we ever had a Thanksgiving in there. We were in there for 11 months.
Yeah.
Before the fire.
And this is where I'm so inspired by Lou, because I'm like, so much grace.
Well, yeah, shut up in that way to be able to just like look at the bright side of things. And you kind of have to, because I know people in my life that lean into the negative. Like if something bad happens, they're like, oh, like Eeyore, oh, woe is me. And I just think that we're negative. And I think if you lean in the positive, it just, fake it till you make it. Like lean into the positive and more positive will come to you. But the second part of that is I have a fantastic husband. So even if I am feeling down and I'm like, because I was pretty bummed that we could not have Thanksgiving in our house and then, Christmas in our house. And he's like, you know what? We're still together. We have our family. Everybody's safe. So he is also the same way. And so that helps a lot too, that I have that to lean on. So we just had Christmas yesterday with our kids and grandkids, and, it wasn't what we expected it to look like, but it was amazing. So we had an amazing Christmas in the house, or in the shop, because we have a shop. That's where we're living now until the house is rebuilt. And so,
oh my gosh, I cannot imagine. I am so impressed with the way that you tackle everything, and you just have such a love and zest for life. I cannot. It's truly inspiring. It really, really is.
Surgeries. I guess my most recent was my back surgery. I have basically a fully fused spine for 2 different reasons. I had scoliosis. So if anybody is thinking they want to get their scoliosis corrected, I say do it. If you're in pain, do it. And then I had a different situation in my neck called OPLL, and even those, I look, if it hadn't been for me having scoliosis and going through the process of that, they would not have caught this situation going on in my neck, and it could have been terrible. It would have been detrimental. He said within a few years, I would have lost the use of my arms had they not caught it. And so that's why, I just, it's a complete blessing that not only the surgeon that I had with it was so thorough with his pre-op scans and tests and things like that he did. And then, just the timing of it all. So
can you plug them? Because if somebody really needs this help, like
100% Seton Spine and Scoliosis Center, or I guess it's Ascension Seton Spine and Scoliosis Center. If you know anybody that's struggling with scoliosis, and I'd seen him for probably 10 years before I actually said, okay, it's time to do the surgery. So he would just monitor me. He didn't push for the surgery. He just, listened to me and kind of let me make that determination.
So Lou showed us her spine before surgery, and it was like a snake. It was a snake. It was a S plus.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah. Both my nerves were over 50 degrees.
Painful.
Yeah. And just that, if I couldn't lean into the pain, like you just have to, and there are people that have it way worse than me. And that's what I always thought of. There are people that have it way worse than me and worse pain than me and don't have the opportunity to get it fixed. And then,
that is so lovely.
Why not me? Like, why wouldn't it be me?
Well, and I always say, like, when God gives somebody a lot, I'm like, He loves you.
He loves you.
Oh, no, He knows you can handle it.
Well, and I think that He gave me the right people surrounding me to make it through it. And like I said, like, I don't want to do my husband's horn too much. I don't want him to get a big head, but he's also the best nurse ever. Like, I cannot imagine.
Jody, we have to ask her, who's on your laminate? Oh, yeah.
Well, I do have a celebrity crush, and everybody, my husband knows my celebrity crush, and he's okay with it. So I used to tell people it's Jesus Christ, but it's not actually Jesus. It's the guy who played Jesus in Passion of the Christ, Jim Caviezel.
Who do you think is on your husband's laminated list? We gotta bring Sam the Bull in.
Bring him in. It used to be, I think, Heather Locklear, but I don't think it is anymore.
She's still hot.
Yeah.
She's still.
It probably still is. He's just not going to tell me.
That's funny. Will you sing us a song?
Oh my gosh, no.
Come on. Okay, well, we're gonna get you to do it in a little bit. But what's your love language?
Mine is words of affirmation, 100%.
100.
Mm-hmm.
Give and receive.
No, I I give it by well, sometimes it depends on
I
who
think
it is.
service.
Yeah, acts of service, because that's my husband's love language to get. He has loved if somebody gives him acts of service, so that's how I show love for
No.
the most part.
So, because you've accommodated.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But mine to receive it is like if you give me a gift, the card is the most important to me.
Yeah.
So.
That's
really
And
sweet.
Sam the Bull is so good about writing
He's good with giving me the words of affirmation that I need.
Yeah.
He's really good.
100.
I love that. And then I have to ask you some pro tips because I know you have a lot of back pain and stuff. So when you travel, do you have any ways to help people to deal with their travel?
Don't ask her about travel.
I do love to travel. I just don't love to fly, so there's things I have to do. But I just think you got to find what works for you. I mean, for me, like really the only I do not take pain pills well at all. They make almost all of them make me sick. Yeah, though just Aleve really is the only thing that works for me if I was having back pain.
What if you have a long flight? Do you have like pillows or heating or anything that helps?
I would say just pillows, whatever's going to make you comfortable. The longest flight I've ever been on is 5 hours, so
Okay, that's not bad.
yeah, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Okay. Where's your favorite place you've been?
Alaska.
Okay. Really? Did you see the whales?
Yes.
So Lou is trying to see all of the states, and you've seen all of them except for
Hawaii.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Ohio.
No, Hawaii. Yeah. No, I wanted to see 50 by 50 before I was 50, but then, COVID hit and,
Hawaii. That's an easy one, but it is a long flight.
yeah. And we just got back. Sam and I just got back from New England. And so that got the last 4 or 5 that I needed. And then now we just have Hawaii. And that's the one state my husband hasn't been to is Hawaii. So he had already been to all the states. So,
That's not bad.
but we did go to Alaska together twice. And that's our favorite.
Okay. Tell me your favorite childhood memory.
Favorite childhood memory.
Pam.
Pam's probably a part of most of my childhood memories that are good, bad, and indifferent. Like my oldest childhood memory is the day my father died, which is weird that I don't really remember anything before that. And I was 7. My oldest memory, because I ran to Pam's house immediately when they told me my dad had passed.
How did your dad pass?
He had a heart condition called rheumatic carditis. So he had a rheumatic fever when he was younger. My dad was older.
Okay.
A 7-year-old. He was 49 when he passed, and I was 7. And so he had just had heart condition. I don't really remember. Pam remembers him, which is funny because she's a year younger than me.
Yeah.
So, but she remembers a lot about him. So,
Oh my goodness.
but probably my best childhood memories. Just, Pam and I played together. Every day we'd, call each other meet me halfway, which we've since gone back to our childhood street we grew up on, and it seems so far apart when we lived there. 4 houses, and now it's like maybe, I don't know, 100 yards maybe. It was just, it's so funny. But yeah,
It's so funny.
spent so much time.
It's so
together.
funny that like looking back when they grow up a little bit, they'll be like, that house was so big, and then they'll come back and they'll be like, oh, it's just a normal house.
Yeah, it's like 1,300 square feet. Like it's a tiny little thing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so mind blowing.
But Pam and I stayed the night together. Like if it wasn't a school night, she was with me or I was with her, like constantly.
I love that. Listeners, long time listeners. Pam is in Wyoming.
Yes.
And she is close to my son Hayden.
Yes. And my son Hayden spent last Christmas.
Yeah, we both have Haydens.
Have Hayden
Yeah.
named after different things. So
Yeah.
mine was not named after, but I found the name. Remember that old TV show Coach?
Yeah.
Hayden Fox. And that's where I got the name and loved it.
And mine is Hayden Valley from Yellowstone. So yeah.
I love it.
Shelly was named because our brother said shell like the seashells in California. I was named after Family Affair. It could have been Buffy, but they named me Judy. I was named after the boy.
I like Jody better than
Really?
Yeah.
I
was
sometimes I like.
I'm named after some woman I think that my mom knew. My parents lived in Wyoming, believe it or not. And
I'm new news.
yeah, new news. My brother, my brother who's 15 months older than me, was born in Wyoming, and so was my oldest brother.
And Lou's lost both of her siblings.
Yes, but my siblings that grew up with me have lost them both, and they both also died from heart disease. But I don't have it.
Oh, thank goodness you don't.
They completely.
Well, because your heart's so big.
and I don't carry guilt. I don't like, there are things in my life that, I wish could be completely different. There are, family members that I love more than anything, but they deal with addiction and I can't deal with it. And I don't have any guilt about that. It's not my problem. Like, and I hate to say it like that. But
No.
right.
It's not right.
I not at the same.
Not my house, not my monkeys.
That's right.
Are you a grandmother?
I am. No, I didn't. Feels like ours are here.
Let's bring them up.
Oh, yeah. Y'all all three have to sing. Okay, we're going to sing a song together. What is it?
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You'll never know, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. And when I woke, dear, I was mistaken. And I hung my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Texas, Texas.
Yeehaw!